good?
Yes.
All right. Lindsay, we good? All right. Calling to order this meeting of the Swissville Braddock Hills Regional Police Department board meeting of February 9th, 2026 at 6:01 p.m. We can start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
Pledge allegiance
the
to the
flag
flag of the United
States
of
of
America
America,
and
and
to
and to the
republic
republic for which it
for which it
stands,
stands, one
one
nation,
nation, under
under
God,
God, indivisible,
indivisible,
with
liberty
liberty
and justice
and
for all.
for
for
all.
all. And then just a moment of silence for fallen officers. All right, so I'll take the roll. Mayor Schwartzwelder,
Here.
Mayor Hankel,
Here.
Mr. Ansel is excused. Mr. Haynes here. Dr. Jeffrey,
Here.
Miss Schaefer. She's waiting. Miss Stribling.
Present.
And we don't have our solicitor with us this evening. There was a scheduling conflict. So moving right into commission business, is there a motion to approve previous minutes?
Motion to approve minutes from January 12th, 2026 meeting.
Is
I'll
there a
second that.
Deneen? All right, any discussion? All right, having been moved and seconded, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. All right, we're going to move on to personnel issues, but I was hoping he would be on. He's going to be logging on momentarily. Chief Watson will have an announcement. Well, we're unfortunately announcing his departure mid-March. He'll during his report, we'll ask for him to give some comments on that. So moving forward, is there a motion on the first personnel matter?
Motion to approve month-to-month contract with Solicitor Robert McTiernan.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
I
As
mean,
we move, go
as
ahead.
we move forward, it's important that we'll need legal advice on decisions that are affecting the police commission. So definitely, I would be in support of this.
Others? And I agree with you, Ms. Stribling. I mean, it's extremely important right now, given that we are we'll be entering into a chief search, and we're in the process of our union negotiations. So this is, I think, appropriate at this time to go month to month rather than resurfacing this every month. We are putting out an RFP. It's only been limited in its distribution. We only have one proposal so far, but our intent is to push it out there far and wide to get as many as we can to bring back as many options as possible for the commission to review and consider.
Kevin, I have a quick question.
Yes.
When would the month-to-month start? Would it be March or upon voting?
It would be as of February. We extended him through so he and Mr. Gavin were given for continuity, we held them over, and then we extended for the month of January. So this would just extend us from here on until we find a permanent solicitor. And the thinking behind having a separate solicitor for the Swissville Braddock Hills Regional Police Department is it wouldn't be right to have one of the borough's solicitors serve also as the commission solicitor. Just in case there's any disagreement between the entities, they each needs representation. That's why we're not just pursuing a long-term contract with either of the current solicitors.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Any other
So
discussion?
one more question for me. So we are not continuing to use both solicitors at this point. We are just going down to Solicitor McTiernan.
For personnel matters.
Okay.
Yes. So Mr. Gavin would still be consulted as he has been, but specifically for personnel matters related to the police chief search and um, the chief's departure and the union contracts.
Okay.
Does that sound? Okay. All right. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. On to the next item.
I motion to appoint Lindsay Bagwell as office manager for the police department at a rate of $23.94 per month and per
Per
hour
hour.
and benefits.
No, she's not paid what we're
I
paid.
know.
We're all getting quadruple pays this month for the commission. 0. Is there a second?
I'll
I
second
can
that.
second that.
All right, any discussion?
Yeah, I know Chris isn't here, and I know he's had some, I talked to him over the weekend and he had some questions. I mean, to me, I think, especially with the announcement that's coming, we're going to need someone who is going to kind of take the reins administratively, along with Cheryl, and because it's going to be a lot of work. But I don't know, with you know Chris not being here, would it be too much to table this until he's back for us to get a clearer understanding of what his thoughts are?
So he and I were texting back and forth. He did share some concerns, but did
He
express that he
ultimately,
was supportive of not supportive of the change. Granted, currently we have Cheryl and Dion both working, and Lindsay working as well, with continuity with the 40 hours with somebody in the office. The least disruption as possible, I think, is valuable.
yeah, and I personally feel because Lindsay's been doing the work, she has some historical value in understanding the process. It would be best if we continue with her, and you know what I mean. So as we move forward, she's already had the experience.
Any other discussion?
I think while I understand that the concern of not having us all hear what Chris's thoughts are, I would urge us to support this now because for the reasons that Kevin has brought forth about the continuity. Lindsay will be there, will be able to be with Chief on a day-to-day basis and help assure that kind of project manage this whole everything that needs to be done administratively, because that's something we're going to kind of lose with his leadership. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I think we've got a month well, the chief has offered to stick around to provide us consulting and advice. He is committed to the success of this operation, but we have a month
Yeah,
really to get
and
a
time it
structure in
over.
place. That's kind of my thinking behind it.
Janae, you have any thought on it?
Yes. So obviously, I'm going off of what has been shared already. And for my more so organizational change management brain, I do think it's helpful to have these kind of mechanisms in place because this department will be going through a very significant shift. Um, and with that comes the potential for loss of institutional knowledge and
Mhm.
processes and procedures. So I think having Lindsay, and it seems that she's definitely been a great asset, and has proven that she can do the work well. And I think having this in place will really help, not just in the changing, but also in the rapport and also in the morale of officers and administrative staff. So I support it.
Any other discussion? All right. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. All right, continuing on personnel.
Motion for conditional offer to appoint William Spangler as a part-time police officer with the department.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? I'll keep it short. We did interview these two candidates. We are presenting two candidates today. They both interviewed very, very, very well. We're excited to have them on the force. They're a great addition. Their professionalism truly shined through on the interview. And so I look forward to bringing them on board. Any other discussion?
Yes, I just want to add, Officer Spangler really interviewed real well. I really thought his background and his personal experience in community policing really stood out to me. And I'm really excited that he's excited to really step into this role and really serve this community, both Swissville and Braddock Hills. So that really stood out to me during the interviews, is his enthusiasm.
Agreed 100%. And the reason why it's conditional is we have the chief's finalizing the background checks. Everything looks great so far, but just if for some reason something were to pop up between now and start date, it's conditional based on those clearances being filed.
Also, sir, we got a drug testing. That's the other reason for the conditional offer.
Got it. Sense. All right. If no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Moving on
Also,
to the next item.
Also, motion for conditional offer to appoint Ken Rose Sanders as a part-time police officer with the department.
I'll second that. Sorry.
Any discussion?
Just that Moe, that's the name he goes by. He worked for Swissville some time ago, and he was a great asset to our department. And we were sad to see him go, and he took a position with Port Authority, I believe, and then Allegheny County. So I think we are lucky to have him back, and he will be a great addition to our department.
I agree 100%. The interview was fantastic.
Yes, yeah, awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also say Officer Standards, I think, had a in my opinion, one of the most heartfelt responses to questions around building trust with the community. And he really showcased to me that relationships, though, especially with police officers, don't come when there's conflict or, when there's a domestic call. It comes in your everyday interactions, going to the corner store, the gas station. And I really appreciate his response to that. And I'm very excited to see how in working with him in the future.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Any other comments? All right, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Motion carries. All right, on to financial issues.
Motion for authorization to engage an outside vendor to conduct a chief search not to exceed $20,000.
Second.
Discussion?
I have some concern
Okay.
over the amount of money to search for them to help us. Now, I know that Chiefs Association is important and that we do need an outside entity to help us, but I'm not comfortable with $20,000. I know it's not to exceed $20,000. Chief, could you, you've sat on this board as a chief searching for other departments. Can you enlighten us on what exactly we will be getting for our $20,000, and or is it necessary?
So I mean, I'll go with you that it it doesn't have to cost $20,000. But I have on behalf of the Mr. Haynes reached out to one of the vendors, and I got a quote back today, this afternoon, and it was $9,500 for the complete service. So it actually could be less than that, depending on what you need.
Right.
So,
That's fantastic.
so yeah, and I was just looking at that before the meeting. So I will send that off to you, but all of you tomorrow. So I understand your concern. I think that is a lot of money, but if you don't need to spend that, is my point. So
The dollar amount that was listed on the agenda was specifically the max. Solicitor McTiernan had given some. He had reached out to one of the vendors. So we're looking at the Chiefs Association and another individual, smaller vendor, as potentials, possibles. Um, the absolute max, they do all the interviews, they do all the everything is, I think he said 16,020 would be the max. But that would mean that we weren't doing the interviews ourselves. Chief has been contacting these folks and asked for an a la carte menu of basically like what are the things that we absolutely need. I don't think we want to segregate our responsibility of um, interviewing and selecting for ourselves. I think that's going to be an important task that all seven of us are going to have to be engaged in, because this is someone that really will carry the vision forward, what we want to do here. So I'm excited about the 9,500. Well, I just threw the 20 out there as like the absolute max. Do we want to amend that?
I mean, I don't know, the budget is 20,000. Is that going to affect anything? Or can we, put it at 10 instead of the 20? I haven't seen the budget.
Yeah. So no, we did not have a chief search in the budget. It was not our intention to have this within the first 3 months of our operation. However, I think it's going to be important for us to do outreach. Um, I, I, what are other people's thoughts?
I mean, I like setting that amount high. I mean, yes, certainly we want to do this as inexpensively as is reasonable to get a good result. But much like everything in this situation, time is of the essence. And so I think setting an upper limit for this is prudent, and allows us to, kind of move as quickly as possible to get the search going, rather than having to go back and forth over specific dollar amounts.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with that. I think this is going to come down, what I'm hearing, if it's in the budget as a max, but it also sounds to me quite more about budget management too. So when we see that a la carte of options, we know the timeline we're working with, right? Sometimes to get things faster, you're going to have to pay a little bit more.
Yeah.
So I like having an upper ceiling limit. We do not have to reach it, but I do think we have to be accountable to how the money's being spent. So I would like to make sure that I'm okay with the 20K as a ceiling. But I also want to make sure and be very cognizant that we're keeping in mind, we don't have to spend it, and we just have to make sure we manage our needs with proportion to timing.
Well said, I agree.
Mayor Schwartzwelder, what are your thoughts?
I agree with that. 20,000 is a lot of money. And I think, if we stay well under that, we'll be fine. But
Yep. No, I agree 100%. I mean, when we didn't have the Chief Watson, we didn't have that number when we put the agenda together. The only number we had was from Mr. McTiernan that said, max 20. And of course, going back to his point, I'll share some of his client. I'm sharing this publicly. Share some of his clients have had a smaller pool as opposed to a larger pool when they've used the outside vendors to help recruit talent and applications. So that's where the 20,000 came from. And so I'm very excited about the number Chief just gave us. Any further discussion? All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. All right. The last order of business.
Motion to pay bills in the amount of $90,834.46.
second,
Discussion?
Pay the bills.
Pay the bills. And now I will tell you that this is probably a larger number than what we'll normally spend monthly, primarily because we have insurance payments that are due in January, February. We do have checks now, so we're able to write checks. So that's why this number is a little higher. We'll see more. We also have the camera fee for the year and a couple other things. So, all right. Any further discussion? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
aye,
Opposed? All right, motion carries. All right. So moving on to committee reports. Personnel, we really haven't met yet. We just literally appointed our committees last month, and we're dealing with a personnel issue pretty quickly. Same with finance. Just move to the chief's report.
Good evening, everyone. Mark, I'm going to go over some heavy activities that are going on in the past month. All our officers have been transitioned over to the new department as far as the state's concerned. That's in reference to the ORI and then the Municipal Police Officers Training Commission. All systems are slowly getting converted over to Reed, Swissville, Braddock Hills. The RMS, one of the final ones that should be done in the next week. We're waiting for the vendor the county uses to update that. So operationally, we're good. The officers all have the new patches on their shirts. I think there's one or two that need finished in the next day or two. So we are representing our department on our uniforms. The 4 of the vehicles are set to get striped on Thursday, and the other 3 will get striped on the 17th. So that should be completed in the next under 10 days. The badges have been preliminarily ordered. That was the last big thing for the uniforms. So we should be done with that. You talked about the ability to pay bills and the QuickBooks. All that has been got up and running by our financial staff. So that's operational. We're able to track everything we do financially. The last piece is payroll, and we have reached out, both myself and Cheryl, to ADP on numerous occasions, including a phone call I had with them today where I expressed my frustration that we have been dealing with them for multiple weeks and nothing has been done. I would like to let you know that my desire is if they aren't able to get us up and running come Wednesday, that I plan on actually reaching out to other vendors tomorrow and seeing what they're capable of doing. Because ADP has just not been responsive in any way, shape, or form. And my phone call today, I was actually pretty disgusted with their reactions when I expressed my frustration that something that should be simple as moving the officers over to the new agency, they're acting like this is some major lift that will take weeks to do, and that's unacceptable.
And they're currently
So
in ADP. It's literally just
they're,
moving the
they're yes,
files from one employer to the other in the same
yes,
building.
yes, yes. So they have the pay rates, they have the tax, they have everything in their system. It's literally taking, and it's separated under the police. It's literally taking those police personnel, moving them over, and they just it's been unbelievable how difficult it is. So that's my update of what's going on currently. Any questions?
Uh, just a quick clarification, Chief. ADP is a vendor. Is it like our records or something?
It's
Just
a payroll service.
oh, payroll service. Okay, thanks.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Chief, did they say why? What's so difficult?
Mayor, I will tell you, I asked that today and I did not get a straight answer.
At least they answered today. Like the phone, I mean.
Oh, they called me back. Yes. We tried calling them twice and her extension didn't work. So Cheryl emailed her and said, please call Chief Watson at my cell phone number. And she called me. It was like an hour later.
Well, I appreciate your work, Chief Watson, and Cheryl's work and Lindsay's work on trying to get this off the ground.
And I will throw Dion's been very
And Dion, I'm
getting
sorry. Yes.
yeah, helping get QuickBooks up and running and us tracking everything. So it's been a group effort, and we're all figuring out everybody's roles. And I think we're substantially where we need to be compared to where we were just even a week ago. So
I agree. You folks have been working diligently behind the scenes, so thank you. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you, charging forward, even as you're
absolutely.
departing without 36 months notice, but
Well, I promise you I will get this done. I will get it done. So thank you.
Yep. All right. So with the president's report, I just want to report that we had 3 executive sessions. I believe I forgot to mention one last time. 2 were discussing union contract, and 1 was discussing chief's departure. We will have another brief executive session this evening to discuss next steps. That's what I got. Questions? All right. With that, I would entertain. Well, first, I want to remind everybody to stay on because we're going to have an executive session after this. But with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
You're adjourned. Let us know when we're offline, Lindsay.